from out of the blue, I hear a crash, I see a flash that floods the sky. Fireworks. You send up a flare that ignites the night air. The cannons boom, skyrocket soon, and missiles fly. Fireworks, fireworks.
I see a million sparklers sparkling.
I hear firecrackers barking, crackling in the stratosphere. Fireworks. I see the Roman candles flaming, shooting stars proclaiming that our love is here. I feel like the sky on the 4th of July, a crazy flag up on a jack, 'cause you came by. Don't do a thing, just stand there, watching explosives start. Fireworks in my heart. Don't do a thing, just stand there, watch the explosives start.
Fireworks.
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 Fireworks in my heart. Fireworks. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paulette Oliva.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Hit it, baby.
I love the East. I love the West. And North and South. They're both the best. But I'll only go there as a guest. 'Cause I love being here with you.
I love the sea, I love the shore, I love the rocks, and what is more, with you there'd never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. Love all kinds of weather, long as we're together. I love to hear you say my name.
Peter.
Paulette.
I like good wine and fine cuisine.
And candlelights.
Ooh, I'm digging that scene.
But baby, if you know what I mean, 'cause I love being here with you.
I love a dance by Fred Astaire and Brad Pitt's eyes, Vin Diesel's hair. But I think to tell you is only fair that I love being here with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, what the hey?
Her utter charm takes me away.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, how do you say that I love being here with you?
All right, baby, take it.
Basie's band swinging, I like Ella singing, 'cause there's something else you know.
Really, I'm gonna tell you, they know how to say it, they know how to play it,
They wind it up and let it go. I like the thrill of New York shows.
I love to kiss Durante's nose,
But I'd like to say before I close that I love being here with you. That I love being here with you. That we love being here. We love being here with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Woo! Look at all
Yeah.
this here tonight.
Wow.
Woohoo! Oh my God, I'm so excited to see everybody. Our family and friends. Oh my goodness.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you. My goodness. Well, before we go on, we would love to say a big thank you to the man who makes our musical pyrotechnics sound fabulous on stage, Mr. Gerry Diefenbach.
Absolutely.
Music director. He's terrific. Thank you, Gerry.
Now, I know when you heard Paulette and I were doing a cabaret show, you thought to yourselves, okay, these two are just going to sing these 6 silly love songs to each other all night.
All right.
Well, we're going to do a few of them, but we're going to get them out of the way, up front.
Right.
In fact, we're going to do them right now.
So you can all relax and enjoy the rest of the show.
Absolutely.
So Peter, you want to sing me a love song?
I would love to. Like the beat, beat, beat of a tom-tom when the jungle shadows fall. Like the tick, tick, tock of a stately clock as it stands against the wall. Like the drip, drip, drip of a raindrop when the summer showers through. So a voice within me keeps repeating you, night and day. You are the one, only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, or in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day. Under the hide of me, there's an oh, such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, night and day. Under the hide of me, there's an oh, such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment will never be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, day and night, night and
I'd like to hate myself in the morning and raise a little hell tonight. I've got the urge to carouse and maybe raise a few brows, cut loose and pull all the stops out. Who cares if they call the cops out? I'd like to wake at noon feeling guilty and know somehow that something isn't quite right. I'd like to hate myself in the morning and raise a little hell tonight. Excuse me. I've got the urge to carouse and maybe raise a few brows, cut loose and pull all the stops out. Who cares if they call the cops out? I'd like to wake at noon feeling guilty and know somehow that something isn't quite right. I'd like to hate myself in the morning and wonder who I kissed, wonder who I missed. Oops. I lost me, hate myself in the morning. But what a dandy Loving you is not a choice, it's who I am. Loving you is not a choice, and not much reason to rejoice, but it gives me purpose, gives me voice to say to the world, this is why I live. You are why I live. I have dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'll be. The glow of evening, I have dreamed and enjoyed the view. In these dreams I loved you so that by now I think I know what it's like to be loved by taking a stand away. God.
So last Tuesday was what, Super Tuesday. What a political campaign we got going here, huh? For the first time in history. First time we may have an African American president.
Yeah.
We may have the first woman president in the White House. We may have the first president, John McCain, if he gets elected in his second term, he could be 80 years old. Now I thought about this. My dad's in the audience tonight. Dad, you're almost 70 right now. We don't even let him near the remote control. Am I right, Mom? Anyway, whether you're Republican tonight, a Democrat, or bipartisan, it doesn't matter. This is a song, a political song. They say not to mix politics with entertainment, but tonight, there's an exception. This is something we all relate to. I've heard how other countries are down on the U.S., a land of mass consumption, our lives full of excess. But my daddy wasn't fighting on Normandy that day for the right to drive a Hyundai. I refuse to live that way. And I'm proud to be an American who gets just 5 MPG. Though I live alone in the car I own, it could seat 103, and I'll gladly park so close to you. When you pull out, you can't see. Though I'll never trade my Escalade. God bless my SUV. Though the roads may be congested, you can bet I'll get there alive. So don't bother me with questions like, what would Gandhi drive? And don't look for me at Starbucks when you need a drink or snack. When I bought this ship, it came equipped with a Starbucks in the back. be an American with a car that fits my rear. For the cash I put down could have fed a town in Somalia for a year. And I'll gladly stand up and fight the terrorists. They won't win a war with me. You'll be stuck in the mud when he sends that scud, but not my SUV. God bless America. Thank you. You know, it's funny, that song, if you're asking, came from, I used to actually tour with a group called the Capitol Steps, a political satire group. And no matter where we did that song, it was like the white trash national anthem. People would like, stand up and salute. I'm like, easy trigger. Anyway, I would be remiss if I didn't do something by Mr. Stephen Sondheim this evening. When Paulette and I decided to do this show, we wanted to do something original, something that people would walk away tonight saying, wow, I've never heard that done before. And we realized that a lot of people don't do Stephen Sondheim songs in Cabaret. So I said, let's try it. So this is a show I did about 4 years ago. And more important than that, it was the show where Paulette and I met. And yeah. So enough said. Pretty women, fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing, pretty women are a wonder. Pretty women, sitting in the window, combing out their hair. Something in them cheers the air. Pretty women silhouetted, they stay within you glancing, stay forever breathing lightly. Pretty women, blowing out the candles or combing out their hair. Even when they leave, they still are there. They're there are pretty women at their mirrors in their gardens, letter writing, flower picking, weather watching how they make a man sing proof of heaven as you're living. Pretty women, here's to pretty women, all the pretty women. Thank you. Thank you.
God, that was gorgeous, Peter. So, well, 2008 has definitely started out with a bang, to keep the pyrotechnic allegory going, metaphor, whatever. But 2007 was also a magical year for us. Would you not say that?
It was beyond magical.
It was beyond magical. We got to travel all across the United States for various reasons, but we also went abroad to London to visit our friend Harold with his nuptials. It was wonderful, and then, yay!
Absolutely.
And then we also, one of the highlights, actually the highlight of our year, was traveling to Italy. Mm-hmm. Yes. And here's our Italian contingent here. Not only did we get to visit beautiful places like Rome and Florence, how about that Ponte Vecchio, babe, huh?
It was brilliant.
That was brilliant. Look, we got our commitment rings. They may look like wedding rings, but we didn't go there between 4 marriages. We said, no.
Right.
Anyway, so not only
That's a whole different show, folks.
Yeah, right. But not only did we get to visit those beautiful cities, but we got to sing Cabaret in the hillsides of Tuscany. Yay! It was beautiful. And that's where the idea for this show was born, actually. And so It's where our transformation from theater animals, as we're called, into cabaret performers began.
It was, and it was very tough for, at least it was tough for me. For Paulette, well, what do you do when you take a classical Broadway song from a classic Broadway show and ask a classically trained singer such as Paulette to sing it? Well, you don't sing it, you swing it.
Oh, yeah.
So, swing out, Louise.
I'll do it as soon as I fix this mic stand. You're so tall. All right. Professor, ask me how do I feel. Ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I just had to behave. Boy, if I were a lamp, I'd light. And if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me, how do I feel? Little me with my quiet upbringing. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging. And if I were a watch, I'd start popping my spring. And if I were a bell, I'd go ding-dong, ding-dong, ding. Ask me, how do I feel from this chemistry lesson I'm learning? Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bridge, I'd be burning. Well, I knew my morale would crack from the wonderful way that you looked. Boy, if I were a duck, I'd quack. And if I were a goose, I'd be cooked. Ask me, how do I feel? Ask me now that we're finally caressing. Pal, if I were a salad, you know I'd be splashing my dressing. And if I were a season, I'd surely be spring. And if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. You guys recognize that, right? Thank you. And similarly, how do you take a basso profundo and turn him into a sexy, sultry saloon singer? Want to show him?
How do you do that? Every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. When you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. Don't need sugar, you just gotta touch my cup, and you're my sugar. It's much sweeter when you stir it up. When I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. Have no use for any sweets of any kind since the day you came around. From the start I instantly made up my mind. You're the sweetest girl in town. You're so sweet, can't be beat. You're the sweetest thing on 2 feet. Oh, every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle rose. And when you're passing by, flowers droop and sigh, and I know the reason why. You're much sweeter, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. And I don't need sugar, you just gotta touch my cup, and you're my sugar. It's much sweeter when you stir it up, and when I'm tasting sips from your tasty lips, oh, the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose, honeysuckle rose, honey, suckle rose. Baseball. Thank you. You're welcome. It's funny, when I first moved up here from Washington, D.C.
Oh my God, that intrusive R.
She loves
Washington, I love it.
I'm an avid sports fan. Most importantly, I'm an avid Baltimore Orioles fan.
Yay, Ravens.
Easy
Ravens,
trigger.
Orioles, woohoo.
But when I moved to New York, I soon found out there was two types of baseball fans in New York. There was the New York Yankees fans and the New York Mets fans. When we started learning about cabaret singing, Miss Helen began to teach me also, ironically, in the field of cabaret, there's also two types of fans, two types of teams. There's the Tony Bennett team.
That's me. Love Tony Bennett.
Her dad loved Tony
My
Bennett.
daddy.
And there was the Frank Sinatra team. And I grew up with like watching Pal Joey and the Nelson Riddle orchestrations and the whole 9 yards, and I just loved them. So we thought to ourselves, how cool would it be to do a medley of both these great artists and kind of let the audience decide tonight what team you're playing for, right?
Hey, easy there.
Easy. Anyway, so, boy, they're tough.
Stop that.
So, Gerry, batter up, buddy.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away. If you could use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away.
I know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you cared. And though my pockets may be empty, I'd be a millionaire. My clothes may still be torn and tattered, but in my heart I'd be a king. Your love is all that ever mattered. It's everything.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
I walk along the streets of sorrow, the boulevard of broken dreams, where gigolo and gigolette can steal a kiss without regret, so they forget their shattered dreams. That is where you'll always find me, always walking up and down.
That's why the lady is a tramp.
I wanna be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart.
Let's take it nice and easy. It's gonna be so easy for us to fall in love. The problem now, of course, is to simply hold your horses. To rush would be a crime. So nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it every time.
Because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance had start. Because of you, the sun will shine, the moon and stars will say you're mine, and I can smile because of you. Oh, I know this one. All right, here we go.
Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town.
Oh, no,
Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around.
I left my heart in San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. Go, Gerry.
Fly me to the moon, come let me play among the stars. Let me feel what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Poets often use many words to make a poem sing. It takes thought and time and rhyme to make that poem ring. With music and words I've been playing, for you I have written a song. To be sure that you know what I'm saying, I'll translate as I go along. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me.
Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Thank you. Thank heaven for little girls, 'cause little girls get bigger every day. Thank heaven for little girls, they grow up in the most delightful way. Those little eyes so helpless and appealing, one day they flash and they send you crashing through the ceiling. Thank heaven for little girls, thank heaven for them all, no matter where, no matter who. Without them, what would little boys do?
look, I can see them. Little girls, every night I eat, sleep, and breathe them. I'm an ordinary woman with feelings. I like when Pete can nibble on my ear, but I'll admit, he hasn't bit. 'Cause knocking on our door is all we hear. Mommy! How I hate little socks, little shoes, and each little bloomer. Thongs! Yeah. I'd have cracked years ago if it weren't for my sense of humor. I said thongs! Someday I'll land in the nut house with all the nuts and the squirrels. There'll stay locked away till the prohibition of little girls.
No. She's just kidding, really.
Right, I'm just kidding. No, honestly. Everybody knows we love our kids. All 10 of them.
Oh.
Don't laugh.
10 of them?
Yeah.
Did we tell them that?
No, we didn't, but we are now.
That's the third show.
No, we do have 10 children. My
We
goodness,
do.
between us, it's fabulous. There was no TV in your household. That's
There was
what
no
I said.
TV in my house.
Yes, folks, the Sperminator right here.
In all seriousness,
Had to, Peter, sorry.
honestly, one of the greatest memories that Paulette and I had with the children was a spring day, I guess about a year ago. We took my little 5-year-old girl, Sophia. Some of you know her, little blonde-haired, bummed off dynamite.
Really?
And we took Paulette's youngest girl, Emily, who's in the audience tonight. And Katie is with her. But on that particular day, it was Emily and Sophia that were together, and we took them to an amusement park and ride Playland. And it was the first time that we were walking along the boardwalk. They were about 15 feet in front of us. And for the first time, we saw Emily and Sophia take hands and walk. And we knew then that everything was going to be okay.
Treasures in the sand, they're forever hand in hand, our children.
How they laugh, she has never laughed like this.
Every waking moment bliss,
Our children, see them running down the beach. Children run so fast
toward the future.
From the past.
How they play, finding music of their own.
Hearing music of their own. Our children, one so fair,
and the other lithe and dark.
solemn joy and sudden spark. Our children, see them running down the beach. Children run so fast toward the future from the past. There they stand, making footprints in the sand, and forever hand in hand. Our children, two small lives, silhouetted by the blue, one like me and one like you. Our children. Our children.
Thank you.
Thank you.
right, get out the tissues. Come on. Okay, so toilet paper. Oh my God. We ran through so many rolls of toilet paper in Italy. God, it was like a group therapy session. Anyway, there was no more tissues in Italy. That was the problem. So as every good theater goer knows, there is always, in every great theatrical production, an 11 o'clock number. Right? I know it's not 11, but you're going to have a special treat tonight because there's not only one 11 o'clock number, there's two. One at 11 and one at 11:03. Yeah. So, Pete, do you want to go first?
Absolutely not. I would insist you go first tonight.
I knew he was going to do this to me. All right. Gerry. Yeah. It's 11 o'clock. There he goes, as usual, my man, breaking my heart in two. I really don't know what to do about him. I told myself I have to do without him. There he goes, as usual, my man, tearing my heart apart. He's made my life a mess. I've got to do this, I guess. Goodbye, Joe, from here I kiss you. Goodbye, Joe. I hope I don't miss you. If you had been on the square and had treated me fair and we'd not had a tiff, if you had not said I should go and jump right off the nearest cliff, if you'd had stayed off the make and had never had taken to coming home stiff, if I had not smelled perfume with that nasty, unfamiliar whiff, I'm gonna miss you, baby. We could have been terrific. What's the diff? If you had not had the cheek to stay out for a week saying back in the diff, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, but you have and you were and you went, you did, and so goodbye. If I had not seen you take Geraldine on the lake with your flat-bottom skiff, if you were not caught with Sue with your arms around her bare midriff, if I had not seen you pen sexy letters to Gwen in your own hieroglyph, if you had not left me home when you had 2 seats to South Pacific, I'm gonna miss you, baby. You were too darn prolific. What's the diff? If you were not such a hound who when game was around always picked up the sniff, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, but you have and you were and you went and you did, and so goodbye. If when I asked where you been, you had not clipped my chin with a beautiful biff, if I had not always found purple lipstick on your handkerchief, if you had not told me lies and then looked in my eyes with a smile beautiful, if when I caught you with Kate you had said, oh, it's of no signif, I'm gonna miss you, baby, and I could get specific. What's the diff? If the best years of my life weren't spent as your wife with no marriage certificate, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, but you have and you were and you went and you did, and so goodbye. Thank you. Yes. Oh boy. Yeah. You all know. Learning the lyrics to that song was like pulling teeth. You'll think about that and laugh later. George, where are you? Anyway, Peter, darling, it's 11:03.
Tough act to follow, Peter.
Very tough act. Let's see what I can do. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there, with the things I keep knowing. Wind that makes the tall grass bend into leaning. Suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene, makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance, maybe to go back, now that I have some direction. It sure would be nice to be back home where there's love and affection. Just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time, be my friend. Let me start again. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its pace, but I still know where I'm going. I've had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. And oh, if you're listening, guys, please don't make it hard to know where we should be. Tell me, should we try to stay, or should we run away? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love, and it's real, real, real to me. And I know if we look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like mine, like home. Thank you.
Wow. Peter, amazing. Gosh. See, he did follow that up. Woo! Well, before we sing our last song for you tonight, we, always keep them wanting more, you know what I mean? Before we sing our last song for you this evening, we have a couple of people that we'd like you to help us thank. And that is, number one, the folks at the Duplex, your servers. They're wonderful, treat them well. All singers and struggling actors and actresses, we all know how that is. All been there. And also, a wonderful man who's been helping us with, he's the booking manager and the house manager. He's on Lights and Sound tonight, Mr. Thomas Honneck. Thank you, Thomas. Wonderful.
Thank you, Tom. Obviously, a night like tonight doesn't happen without a lot of hard work, a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of energy. And we were blessed to have two of the top people in Cabaret to help us through this journey. Our director has taken us every step of the way, starting in Italy, where we really learned the craft of Cabaret, and taking us here tonight. And we could not have done it without her. She's back there somewhere. She is the silver fox, the 5-foot pound of dynamite. I call her Miss Helen.
Helen Baldassare.
Thank you. Also, in any cabaret show, obviously the music is a vital part of it. And through the arrangements, through the just finding the keys to sing in, just helping us choose the music and really knowing our passion and what we like to do, I couldn't think of a better person than Mr. Gerry Diefenbach.
Gerry,
Thank you so much, Gerry.
And finally, we would love to thank all of you. I cannot tell you how thrilled we are tonight to you guys beat the West Side Highway traffic, the snow, everything. We so appreciate you all being here. Our family is here tonight. I mean, we are just so thrilled and jazzed. So we really appreciate you coming down to see us, really.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so there's one last thing about Cabaret, a secret that I love to share with you guys before the end of the evening. And that is, in Cabaret, the singer gets to sit on the piano and sing.
Yeah. You gonna help me up? What? Let's go.
No. We had a coin toss and I won.
Well, she just didn't want to get my ass up there, but it was. I will help you, my dear. Let's go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Now I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we may never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way your story's in, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from a moon by the wind of the sea, by a sea drop from a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
because I knew you,
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
but then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of that seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from a
as it passes the
by the
sun,
wind of the sea,
the stream that meets
by
a
a sea drop from a
boulder halfway
skybird in
through
a
the
distant
wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
I do believe I have been changed for the better.
Because I knew you,
Because I knew you. because I knew
you. I had been changed for good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paulette Oliva from Duplex.
Together at last, together forever. We're tie and knot, they never can sever. I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you. You wrap me around that cute little finger. You made life a song.
You made me the singer.
And what's that bathtub tune you always boo? I don't need anything but you. Yesterday was plain awful.
You can say that again.
Yesterday was plain awful. But that's not now, that's then. I'm poor as a mouse.
I'm richer than Midas.
But nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow I'm an apple seller too, I don't need anything but you. Hamlet needed his mother.
Woolworth needed his shop.
Orville needed his brother. Or else he'd go kerplop. I used to need work to fill every hour.
I needed to feel that feeling of power. Now every other scene has disappeared from view.
I don't need anything